would you feel if you had to pay child support for a 41-year-old son or daughter? Well, you could. So listen up. My husband and I have been together for almost 31 years. We have a blended family. He has 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters. He had 2 sons. We always took care of our children. Get this. Please listen. We have always taken care of our children. Well, his ex-wife came to, let me get this right. Well, he was divorced from his ex-wife in 1982. There was a child support judgment issued then. My husband at that time was giving her cash money. I know because I was there and I saw it. 2 years later, she decided she wanted to have a break from raising her boys. At that point in time, she brought her boys over to our house and she said she needed a break. They started staying with us at that time. So from that point on, she was not given any more cash money. We were taking care of the kids. They stayed there with us for 2 years totally. They went back home to stay with their mother after the 2 years, but we were always involved in their lives. High school football games, graduating from high school, even with the oldest boy going off to college. We were there. We paid money to make sure that all of his needs were met. Well, we were informed in March of this year that his ex-wife has now went back and filed back child support. As a result of a new law that was passed in 2005 in the state of Texas, child support cases are now retroactive, which means that the ex-spouse or the mother could go back and say that the father never did anything for the child and her word is the gospel, which is what's happening in our case. So as a result of this, we hired a lawyer that was highly recommended, but because of this new law and her limited knowledge about this, we were misrepresented. Papers were signed, said that we agreed to pay some ridiculous $125,000 plus legal fees and everything. As a result of this, our lives have been turned upside down. There has been liens placed on our home. Our bank accounts have been frozen. Now they're in the process of trying to seize our property. My husband is the overseer of his mother's bank account because she has Alzheimer's disease, and they have even taken that money. And we tried to explain that money was not his, that belonged to his mother. They do not care. I do not believe that this law was meant to be enforced as the way that it's being done to us in particular. This law needs to be amended, fixed, or whatever, so that it would be enforced in the way that I'm pretty sure our lawmakers intended for it to be enforced. At this point in time, it makes the ex-wife or the baby mama have all say so. She speaks the gospel. No, whatever else, the situation that went by, it has nothing to do with it. We were even told everything that we done for those boys was considered a gift. Now, who in the world would have receipts from something that went on 24, 25 years ago? But we're told it's all a gift. So we're here to beseech, to beg fellow Texans to please and educate yourself on this law. It is the Family Law 157.005. We need for every Texan to educate yourself on this law. Contact your senators, your lawmakers, so that this law would be meant to be used for the purpose that it was, I'm sure, brought up to me. I do not support deadbeat dads at all. I think deadbeat dads should be made to take care of their responsibility, but I do not believe, because of the evilness, the bitterness of an ex-spouse, can use such a law to get a free ride for someone to take care of her. I do not believe this is how this law was meant to be applied, but this is how it's being applied. So please, contact your local congressperson, your local lawmaker. Let's get some petitions going. Let's do all we can to get this law fixed.